Hi everyone! A couple months ago, I went to a pottery demo by 6 amazing Korean potters. Watching them work in person was so incredible. I asked them what they think would be the best way to practice and improve on throwing skills. Guess what they all said?
Cylinders.
Cylinders?
You gotta start with cylinders.
One
of them even said that they had to make 200 cylinders a week as a pottery student in college. I've been doing pottery on and off in the past 2 years. I've always been making different shapes and things just because it's more exciting to me to explore different things that I've never done before. And I definitely learned a lot in that trial and error stage. And I had a great time. Now that I'm sharing my pottery journey online, I definitely feel a little more motivated to push myself and take my skills to the next level. So it's time for the cylinder challenge. For the next 5 days, I'm going to make 200 cylinders using 5 different clays. Each of them will weigh about 1 pound. Hi everyone, it's weekly cylinder challenge. My goal is to throw a cylinder like a pro, consistently, quickly, and precisely. By focusing all my energy on this one fundamental form, I'm hoping to build a foundation that will take my pottery skill to new heights. Day 1, let's go! Step 1. Dividing and weighing. Step 2. Wedging. Wedging is essential to homogenize the clay and get rid of any air bubbles. 20! Halfway! It also warms up the clay, aligning the particles so it becomes more pliable to work with. Step 3. Throwing. This involves centering the clay, pulling up the walls, and refining the form. These are the fundamental skills that form the basis of almost everything made on the wheel. Through repetition, I'm hoping to develop a better understanding of how the clay behaves, how it responds to pressure, water, and speed. My first 20 cylinders. The process is a lot more challenging than I thought. It's definitely very physically demanding, and I'm a little slower than I hoped I could be. So I still have a long way to go, like 200 more minutes, but I think I can finish it today. Day 2. Let's get started. Today, I'll be throwing in batches of 10, so every once in a while, I get to step away from the wheel and do something else. I'm already seeing improvements, faster and better than yesterday. But as my speed starts to pick up, it was frustrating when the next piece didn't come together as quickly as the one before. Pottery is such an intricate process, with so many factors influencing both the speed and the final product. Once I accepted that, I started to enjoy the process more. It just feels a lot better, and I don't have to be too hard on myself, I guess. Day 3. Physically, it doesn't get better. By the end of the day, still, my back hurts and my inner thighs mostly, maybe just me. I think I'm gonna try to throw the porcelain today. clay itself is going to be a bit harder.
You kind of have to be a little bit careful. So, wish me luck.
Porcelain is a different beast. Without rock to add structure and strength, it is more prone to collapsing if overworked. Not to mention the million other details that require a delicate touch.
Humbled by the porcelain. Alright, time to move on.
It's going to be another long day, pushing late into the night again. Day 4.
I'm past halfway here.
Today, I'm switching back to stoneware. I will make the cylinders narrower and pull them taller. There will be different techniques and skills to be practiced. I'm excited. By carefully calling it in, I will be able to make it narrower than my fist. A tall, narrow cylinder is unforgiving. It highlights any mistakes made in the throwing process. Any imperfections in centering or pulling just become more pronounced. Look at this beautiful snake. How are we going to do this?
Oh my god, this is gonna be disasters.
It's getting there. I'll take this.
Day 5. It's actually hard to believe that I made it to the last day. Well, 4 days straight doing 200 cylinders a day. 40 cylinders a day is definitely very challenging. I want to get to the end of it.
By this point, my left hand is pretty scraped up. It's painful to have an open wound constantly grinding against the gritty, groggy clay. It really tested my patience with centering and pulling. But I'm not giving up. If anything, it actually pushed me to find more efficient ways to throw. By experimenting with all sorts of micro adjustments, I was able to shift my focus away from the fatigue and discomfort and power through to the end. Number 200. Complete.
What I'm going to do with all these parts? I think it will be quite easy with this one. Very handy.
You may wonder why I'm doing this. When practicing, it's very useful to examine the cross-section of your parts. Ideally, you want to achieve even wall thickness. But check out these narrow ones. I lot of the clay remains at the base instead of being pulled up. Clearly, plenty of room for improvement. I will save a few pieces to trim and keep as souvenirs. But most of the rest will be destroyed and recycled. It only took me 30 minutes to break down all these parts I made over the last 5 days. Once they're in pieces, I can add water to rehydrate the clay, getting it ready to be used again. It's gonna be a surprise. I hope he doesn't come out right now. That was spoiled. Let's go. You locked the door!
You gotta turn it the other way. Hey!
I brought you something.
What you bring? Bring snacks?
Yeah, this stuff.
Yay!
Have breakfast.
Thanks,
Pancakes. But no, the real thing is this.
Yay!
I think it will make a pretty good paper ring. I tried to recreate the cotton blue, but
This is great!
this is the first time I did any glaze myself, so
Yeah.
it's a little weird, but
Oh, this is nice.
I think it's a good size.
I love it. This is great. She's perfect.
It's 6 a.m. in the morning, and we're on a road trip to Los Angeles. It's very hot.
Yeah, messy.
Oh man, I have to show you this picture. I thought you got this.
A bain-marie is absolutely essential in the kitchen. Most chefs use one to keep their tools handy while cooking. I know because before I got into content creation, I worked as a line cook for a couple years. That's where I met Kingsley, one of the most talented and hardworking people I know. Now that he's about to start a new adventure, just as I'm starting to share my journey of pottery and food with you guys, I thought I'd make him a cylinder as a little good luck gift. So here we are, at the end of my first video. Making 200 cylinders didn't turn me into a pottery master overnight, but I'm really proud I took that first step. Who knows what life has to offer? All you have to do is to start somewhere.